A lot of you have been asking about CAC, so I'm gonna read up further on it. PETA pushes U.S. fast food, grocery, and poultry industries to adopt less cruel, more profitable method of chicken and turkey slaughter. That's the headline. Electric immobilization, the conventional method of slaughter in North American poultry slaughterhouses, causes an array of animal welfare, economic, and worker safety problems. The process involves dumping and shackling live birds, running them through an electrically charged bath of water to immobilize them, slitting their throats with a machine, and defeathering them in tanks of scalding hot water while they're still alive. That's what goes on in the chicken that you eat right now. Since 2002, PETA has been urging major food retailers such as McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Kroger, Safeway, and Walmart, as well as the nation's largest poultry producers including Butterball, Tyson, and Pilgrim's Pride, to switch from electric immobilization to controlled atmospheric killing, or CAC. Electric immobilization systems require that the birds be handled and processed while they're still alive and conscious, which causes them great suffering. Birds endure bruising and broken wings and legs and can suffocate while they are dumped and shackled. Frustrated workers often commit gracious acts of abuse and have been documenting tearing live birds apart, spitting tobacco in their eyes, spray painting their faces, stomping on them, punching them, kicking them, and even sexually assaulting them. Then you can learn more about undercover investigations at chicken and turkey farms, which I will also read up on. Electric current levels are too low to render birds insensible to pain, and all birds are conscious as their throats are slit. Now, you all know that, I know for humans that you have to, in order to slice a throat to kill somebody, you have to hit a certain artery. I don't know if the same is for birds. I would imagine so, since we can test on them and we're so similar. Those who miss the blades, and millions do each year, are scalded to death in defeathering tanks. So while they're still alive, and their throats aren't slit. I didn't even read that yet. This abuse is permitted because the Humane Methods of Slaughter Act, the only federal law designed to protect animals from abuse of slaughter, does not protect chickens and turkeys. Chickens and turkeys make up more than 95% of the animals slaughtered in the United States. 9.5 billion chickens and turkeys are slaughtered each year, compared to about 100 million pigs and 45 million cattle and sheep. Electric immobilization has also had negative economic implications for carcass quality, yield, and contamination. Dumping and shackling live birds causes broken bones, bruising, and we already said this. Birds scratch and peck at each other and vomit and defecate on another, which causes carcass contamination. Birds often inhale the pathogens in the electric water bath, resulting in carcass contamination. When they are scalded to death, birds defecate in the defeathering tanks, contaminating all the birds who are submerged afterward. The millions of birds who are scalded to death each year are condemned and cannot be sold, further lowering yield. With regard to worker safety, traditional poultry slaughterhouses are dimly lit, stressful, disease-ridden places that result in poor working conditions. Low light in the dumping and shackling area maintained to reduce the birds struggling creates a poor working environment. The birds flap violently during handling, defecate and vomit on workers, and kick up dust and debris, including dried feces. Poop. This increases illnesses and injury rates, creating worker welfare problems and raising costs for employers. The overall poor working conditions result in extraordinary high turnover rate among slaughterhouse workers, an annual average between 75 and 100%. This probably would frustrate a worker. If I worked in something like this, I would get very frustrated too. So they kick and abuse the animals because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but you shouldn't be doing this to animals anyways, so it's not humane. Controlled atmospheric killing in the United States Department of Agriculture approved slaughterhouse method is currently used to kill 75% of turkeys and 25% of the chickens in the United Kingdom and 10% of all birds in the European Ireland. CAC removes oxygen, yeah. With CAC, birds are dead before they're removed in their cages. So that's a good thing. Considering the improvements in carcass quality, product yield, and labor costs that come with controlled atmospheric killing, it is no surprise that the return on investment, ROI, in CAC can be reached in as little as 1 year. Surprisingly, despite the clear benefits of CAC over electric immobilization, as its minimal minimal return on investment time, North American poultry companies have been slow to adopt on it. There's no reason to delay implication of CAC in Northern American slaughterhouses any longer. Support CAC. CAK. You could look it up. And yeah, so that's CAC.